you're watching Just the News. I'm Amita Balachandra. We start off with our top story. A day after singer Sidhu Moosewala was shot dead in the Jahawarki village of Mansa district in Punjab, the Punjab government announced to set up a judicial commission under chairmanship of a sitting judge of the Punjab and Haryana High Court for inquiring into the murder case. Now, the attack took place just a day after the Punjab government withdrew security cover for 424 people. Now, earlier, Moosewala's father demanded an inquiry by the Central Bureau of Investigation and the NIA into his son's killing. Now, the singer, who had also contested the Punjab elections earlier this year on a Congress ticket, was shot 30 times with an automatic assault rifle. Now, Punjab Police Chief V.K. Bhavra has said that the killing seemed to be the result of an inter-gang rivalry. Moving on from this case now to the Gyanvapi case that's being heard by a Varanasi court. The Mosque Management Committee of Gyanvapi Mosque has argued at the district court that the suit filed by the Hindu plaintiffs seeking permission to offer prayers at the Gyanvapi Mosque in Varanasi is in complete violation of the Places of Worship Act. Now, this is what Places of Worship Act 1991 is. It stipulates that the religious character of holy places would remain the same as it was on the 15th of August 1947, the day of independence. Now, the only exception to this law is the Babri Masjid in Ayodhya. Now, the Mosque Committee also referred to a case from 1937 when a court had ruled that the entire Gyanvapi Mosque compound belonged to Muslims. This is what the Muslim Management Committee has said. Now, the Varanasi District Court will hear this matter next on the 4th of July. In the meantime, according to a report by Live Law, a fast-track court in Varanasi has said that it cannot pass the order on a plea by the Hindu side seeking interim relief to offer prayers inside the Gyanvapi Mosque without hearing the other parties in the case. To get an understanding of what really is going on in this one case, we've done a full explainer on not just what the Places of Worship Act means, what the different petitions are in the court, but what the courts have said so far as well. That's up on our YouTube channel. Do take a look at it. Also, do like and share and subscribe our videos. Do watch this entire video as well and let us know what you'd like to hear as far as whole story ideas are concerned on this channel. Moving on now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has today released benefits of a financial assistance scheme for children who've lost their parents to coronavirus disease. Now, this scheme was announced in May last year. Now, under the PM Cares for Children scheme, the beneficiaries get a monthly stipend until they turn 18 from a corpus of 10 lakh rupees in order to meet personal expenses and higher education. Now, once they turn 23 years old, the government will then give them the entire 10 lakh rupees. Moving on now, farmer leader Rakesh Tikayat was attacked with a microphone and then ink was thrown at him during an event organized by a farmers' organization in Bengaluru. Now, following the incident, the police have said that they have taken 3 people in custody. The Bharatiya Kisan Union leader was attacked when he was speaking about the allegations against Karnataka state farmer leader Kodihalli Chandrasekhar of negotiating bribes to stop farmers' protest. Now, BKU leader Yudhvir Singh, who was sitting next to him, was also smeared with the black ink. Also in the news, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology has withdrawn an advisory issued by the Aadhaar agency, which cautioned people to not share a photocopy of the document with entities such as hotels and cinema halls, owing to the possibility of misuse. Now, the ministry has said that the advisory was withdrawn because it could be misinterpreted. Now, on Sunday, while withdrawing the advisory, the ministry has said that Aadhaar holders are advised to exercise normal prudence in using and sharing their Aadhaar details without elaborating on what this normal prudence really constitutes. Now, it also added that the advisory had cautioned against sharing Aadhaar details following an attempt to misuse a photoshopped Aadhaar card. Meanwhile, in Jammu and Kashmir, security forces have killed 2 suspected militants in an overnight gunfight in the Gundipura area of Pulwama district. Now, the police have said that they were affiliated with terror outfit Jaish-e-Mohammed. Now, the Jammu and Kashmir police have recovered 2 AK rifles and other incriminating material from the site of the gunfight as well. Inspector General of Police Kashmir Zone had said that these two militants had killed Constable Riaz Ahmed on the 13th of May. He had been attacked at his home in Gudru village of Pulwama. Moving on now, this information just came in this evening. Delhi Minister Satyendra Jain has now been arrested by the Enforcement Directorate in an alleged money laundering case. Now, earlier in April, the ED had provisionally attached immovable properties worth 4.81 crore rupees belonging to companies allegedly linked to Satyendra Jain and his relatives. Now, the Indian Express has reported that the attachments have been made in connection with a case of money laundering the agency is probing against the minister. Moving on to business news right now. The latest information from the Commerce Ministry has shown that the US was India's top trading partner in 21-22, and that surpassed China. Now, according to Commerce Ministry's figures, bilateral trade between US and India in 21-22 leapt 48.3% to stand at $119.42 billion against $80.51 billion that was reported in 2020 and 21. Now, China had been India's top trading partner earlier between 2013-14 and in 2017-18 and also in 2020-21. Moving on to international news, extremely tragic news that came in from Nepal. A private plane with 22 people on board, including 4 Indians, met with an accident in a mountainous region in Nepal yesterday. The BBC has reported that 20 bodies have now been recovered and that search operations are continuing. 4 Indians, 2 Germans and 16 Nepalis were on board on this plane. In the meantime, the WHO has said that it does not believe the monkeypox outbreak outside of Africa will lead to a pandemic. And this is according to a WHO official who has said that it remains unclear whether infected people who are not displaying symptoms can transmit the disease or not. Now, more than 300 suspected and confirmed cases of monkeypox have been reported just in May. Now, it's a mild illness that spreads through close contact, causing flu-like symptoms and a distinctive rash as well. One piece of good news before we wrap things up here on this bulletin. An 18-year-old girl from Odisha has now become India's first K-pop star. Now, Miss Sri Alanka has been chosen to be part of the Korean pop band Black Swan, along with Brazil's Gabriela Dalcin. Now, Black Swan's label, DR Music, has made the announcement on Instagram, and this is what they've said, and I quote, Sri and Gabby were finally selected as members of Black Swan after participating in the global audition program for the last 6 months, end quote. Now, Sri Lanka was among 4 people who underwent training after reportedly being chosen out of 4,000 people who had auditioned to join the group. That brings us to the end of this bulletin. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.